What are gas prices? Driving by this morning, you're looking at it, it's not at $5 a gallon quite yet in the area, unless you see something out there that's just an outlier, but we are rapidly approaching it. I think I saw one station at $4.68. I filled up yesterday for $4.64 a gallon, and gas prices continue to increase. And I want to hear from you, 217-629-7970. What are you doing to soften the blow here from high prices? Because it's estimated that we could see $5 a gallon this summer. In some areas of the country, they're already exceeding $7 a gallon, especially in like places like Beverly Hills, for instance. I would imagine the Chicago suburbs, it's not too pretty. But what are you experiencing out there? 217-629-7970. And I also want to get your reaction here to President Joe Biden yesterday talking about gas prices, and in particular seeing that this is an incredible transition that we're involved in right now. And is he saying the quiet part out loud when it comes to the idea of gas prices and the ultimate impacts of those gas prices?
When it comes to the gas prices, we're going through an incredible transition that is taking place that, God willing, when it's over, we'll be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels.
Want to hear that one more time?
When it comes to the gas prices, we're going through an incredible transition that is taking place that, God willing, when it's over, we'll be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels.
So that's President Joe Biden talking about gas prices, saying that we're going through an incredible transition right now. And God willing, we make it through to get away from fossil fuels. So what's behind? Are we somehow out of fossil fuels all of a sudden? Like, is there no more to tap into, or what's the impetus here? Good morning. You're on WMAY. How you dealing with these high gas prices?
Hey, Greg. How are you this morning?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Well, I own a small business, and we rely, and it's basically, we rely on disposable income. We don't rely on we're not a gas station. We're not, something you have to have. And we've seen a major issue in the last, say, month and a half, where we have daily tracking of our numbers, and they are really starting to take a hit.
As far as your bottom line, your ability to reinvest in your people and your business?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Profit margins are way down. Our people, we don't pay minimum wage. I start my part-timers at $16 an hour. And it really, you could see the difference in, say, the last month and a half. I have a program that tracks everything, and you can see all of our trends are not trending in the right direction right now. And one of my reps came in today and said, it's not just my place, it's pretty much our entire industry is getting hit like this right now. And they said the only thing they can attribute that to is not just gas prices, but prices of food in general and everything else.
Everything. Yeah, it's textiles, it's grains, it's food, it's clothing,
everything.
It's gasoline, fuel, energy, all of it. It's all costing more. But the gas issue is something that you could have tried to predict. But could you have predicted it gone up 60 cents in the past few months? And that compounds.
Right, and I think what's really hurting people is it's not just the gas. If gas prices were the only outlier of high things, it would be one thing. But when you go to the grocery store and eggs are $3 a dozen, and it's just everything is just compounding on everything at this point. And I really think that if this doesn't get corrected soon, we'll be fine. But I think you're going to start to see people really struggling even more. And I really think you're going to. If this doesn't get corrected, I think there could be a recession in our future.
There are people saying that we are in a recession, not in the future. We're in it.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see what the numbers ultimately tell us, because a recession is what, 2 quarters of stagnant growth.
Correct. Yeah.
And last quarter we had, I think, like minus 1% growth.
Right. So I don't know what inflation is right now, but I think it's somewhere around 8% or something like that. But
that's cumulative.
Yeah, you can't.
That's everything. Now, if you look at energy, that's up like 47%. Food prices, fruits are like 14, 15, 16%. Used car prices are like, 48% or something like that.
Yeah, I like to get a new vehicle every once in a while, but I'm not even thinking about looking right now. I mean, I feel horrible for the people in the used car and new car industry. People just can't afford it right now.
Well, and listen, you gotta think about I appreciate the call. I got full phone lines here, 217-629-7970, but you really got to think about those who are living paycheck to paycheck, who were living paycheck to paycheck last year. What do you think they're dealing with now? 217-629-7970 is the phone number. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Good morning, young Gregory.
Hey.
Well, you're talking outliers. Gasoline is an outlier. Gasoline is not the outlier. It's an outlier of an outlier. Simply because the cost to transport gasoline is also
up. Yeah.
Whoops, so I got somebody's blocking my way getting in my parking lot.
Oh, no. No, listen, diesel is up, and it's also apparently there's a shortage of diesel in some areas of the country, and that's going to increase the cost of everything, including transporting fuel.
Yeah, and you're seeing it in prices of gasoline. You're seeing it in the prices of food. Any commodity that's transported by...
Oh, we lost you. Hopefully you got into your parking spot. All right. 217-629-7970 is the phone number. Good morning. You're on WMAY. What are you doing, either as an individual or if you're a business owner, in dealing with these high prices of gas, which there's no indication there's going to be relief in sight? Good morning. Oh, hold on. I apologize. Let me start over. I didn't turn you up. Go ahead.
Good morning, GB. I'm just a poor, struggling taxpayer. I just gassed up at Quick and Easy on Wabash, and it was $4.38. I don't know how long that'll be that good. And who would think 6 months from now that $4.38 is a good price for gas?
You're right. I just rang the bell like, woo! Yeah, $4.38 a gallon. All right. Woo!
But anyway, what I've been doing is I get all my errands done in the morning, and I do everything in order, so I'm not backtracking or anything. So then when I'm done with my errands, I'm done for the day. I'm not going back out unless it's emergency to, get everything done. And then tomorrow we regroup and do the same thing all over. So
you're being more judicious with your travel, even here locally. Like you're making sure that if you're home, you're home. And while you're out, you're doing everything you need to do while you're out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, brother. All
right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Appreciate the call. 217-629-7970. That's the phone number. And this is something that former President Donald Trump seemed to kind of, in a way, predict what was going to be happening here with gas prices. This is back in November of 2020 during the election of 2020 with then President Donald Trump as the incumbent going up against former Vice President Joe Biden, who is looking to be president. And here's what Donald Trump had to say back in November of 2020, a bit of a time capsule here. And go. No. All right, let's try this again. Let me cue this up. We'll get this, I swear. Make that happen here. And rockin' and a rollin'. Here's President Trump seeming to have a crystal ball back in November of 2020.
We have more oil than anybody, okay? And it's an incredible thing that it's happened over the last few years, a lot of great things, and you're paying, what, $2 a gallon for your gasoline? That's okay. You know what that's like? That's like a tax cut. That's bigger than a tax cut. If Biden got in, you'd be paying $7, $8, $9. Then they say, get rid of your car.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Is that what's next? Is get rid of your car? I mean, we're told to a degree that, we may have to get into electric cars, right? I mean, we've already heard that from Pete Buttigieg and others that, just go buy an electric car. And I don't know if that's necessarily going to be within everybody's wheelhouse to be able to do that. But then flash forward to yesterday with President Joe Biden talking about how we're in a great transition period. Here is President Joe Biden.
And when it comes to the gas prices, We're going through an incredible transition that is taking place that, God willing, when it's over, we'll be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels.
So again, 217-629-7970. I want to hear from you. What's the price of gas where you're filling up? How are you dealing with this? And your reaction to President Biden saying we're in a transition period that, God willing, we make it through with less reliance on fossil fuels. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Well, I'm doing okay. I just retired, but it's all the young people that I really feel bad for. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And all I can say is anybody who can't see what's going on right now, the total destruction of our country on every, I mean, you just can't make this up. It's everything. I mean, it's the food, it's the pandemic, it's everything's going so bad right now. If anybody calls themselves a Democrat and votes for any Democrats, in my book, is not very bright. I'm sorry. You're just not very bright.
Got your comments down. Appreciate the call. 217-629-7970. We'll get to all of them. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Good morning. So the gas price at Road Ranger is $4.69 where I just drove by. And you know that last caller, I totally agree with him. And what Trump said was so prophetic, about the gas prices going up and now everything going up. And there's like two key words: open the pipeline and close the borders. It just seems like many of the Democrats just never let a crisis go to waste. And now we're going to depend on another country for baby formula. I mean, that's sort of embarrassing. And I was going to tell you, Greg, I was out at Shields the other day, and I cycle, and I saw these cycles that they're really nice, but they also go up to like 30 mile an hour, and I thought, is that what I'm going to be driving to work now?
Something.
I'm almost
right?
tempted to.
Yeah, something. Interesting stuff. I appreciate the call. 217-629-7970. Taking your phone calls. The President of the United States saying that we're in a incredible transition when asked about high gas prices, saying that hopefully we can get through it to get to less reliance on fossil fuel. Are we running out of fossil fuel? I mean, is there no more in the ground or something? Or what's the impetus behind this, and why a great transition? Good morning. You're on WMAY.
I was just curious how we could be complaining about prices when companies are making record profits.
That as well is an issue. Is it price gouging?
So companies are making record profits, and I hear you guys all on your radio station talking about record inflation.
Yep.
But what's record inflation have to do with prices that are record high? Are companies making record profits? Are we not complaining about gas companies that are making record profits now?
You can say the same thing about sales taxes for government. Government's making record amounts of revenue, including in Illinois with the sales tax on top of gas. So, yeah, everybody's getting their cut except for the guy who's living paycheck to paycheck. So you point fingers all you want, but what's being done about it? 217-629-7970. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
GB, forgot to mention to you, if everybody could afford an electric vehicle, you would have to plan your routes because they're only able to go so many miles, and you would have to stop and charge. But
especially for those electric trucks, because sure, it can get like 300, 400 miles of range. That's not if you're towing anything. If you're towing something, that range drops substantially.
Well, and not a lot of people are still set up to charge things, but nevertheless, the things are outrageous in price. So not many people is going to afford one other than just to satisfy their ego trip. But what I was wondering is, since we're in the Midwest, we have snowstorm, cold winters. Cold weather is the worst thing on batteries. It sucks the juice quicker.
You're right. No, you're right, and that's going to be a problem. And I don't think they figured that out. A few more phone calls. Gosh, I really shouldn't take them, but I'm gonna. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I don't. Right now, if I'm making $40,000 a year.
Your phone's breaking up. See, that's an omen. We'll take this last one, I promise. Then we'll take a break. Okay, good morning. You're on WMAY.
I find it interesting that the government has passed laws about price gouging, but last time I remember they didn't really enforce it that much.
Yeah, and I think it's complaint driven, and then you got the investigations that go on. And is anything going to really be done whenever they get an alert? Hey, you're being investigated, and they drop the price. I mean, there's all kinds of things that play into that. But is it energy policy in general? And again, the president saying we're in an incredible transition period, whatever that means. All right, got to take a break, everyone. Thanks for chiming in here with WMAY and Springfield's